Hi, everybody, and welcome back to video number 2 on the syllabus. Okay, when we left off, we were looking at the chapters that we were going to cover, and here they all are. I will let you read those on your own, but there is quite a bit of content in those chapters. Okay, let's look at um, remember, you can work ahead. So please, if you see yourself having a time constraint, time management is very important. Make sure you don't lose any points. Um, but again, sometimes there's an emergency. If there is, give me a call, phone call. Okay, the homework policies. Here on the exercises and problems, I'm very generous here. Um, the exercises, here's the um, adaptive learning and how many points you get there. Um, Here is the homework and exercise policies. So the exercise policies, you get 5 attempts per question. So that's particularly flexible given the number of multiple choice questions. You may wonder why I'm doing this, and my sole reason is to ensure that you have the best chance of grasping the subject matter. Okay, I think you can read the rest of these. Of course, submissions after the due date will not be allowed. You get no points for submission after the due date. Okay, and then after the due date, the correct answers will be visible, and after your final attempt or the due date, whichever comes, I guess, last. All right. Um, for problems, I give you unlimited attempts. So they tend to be difficult problems, and I think that's the best way for you to learn, again, the subject matter content. Exam policies, you only get one attempt on those. And you can see your correct answers after the due date. Okay. So once again, let me stress, do not hit the submit button until you're ready for those points to be brought over into Canvas, right? Um, if you, it's very difficult for me to undo that if you make a mistake in that way. So no homework or exam questions or extensions will be granted in this course unless I've specifically approved it in advance. All right. And for the final exam, I have no flexibility to give a extension past what's scheduled. So please stay in touch with me if any of these things go through. I think you're going to love Wiley Plus. It has lots of guided examples and walkthroughs and all sorts of extra things to help you, such as syllabus videos and those kinds of things. I provide a syllabus video for every single chapter, and sometimes that's as much as 10 to 15-minute videos. So those are designed to take the place of my in-person lectures. Okay, so I think you'll find that your success in the course will be based on your ability to understand and solve accounting and business related problems and transactions. Okay. Sometimes I may ask for a photo ID card, um, but any valid government issued photo ID card will suffice as well. Okay. Study groups, I covered that a little bit. It's optional, but very helpful for some people who like to work together to different perspectives from different students is a very valuable learning tool. Okay, special needs. I have a little PTSD myself from my military service. So there is absolutely no problem in my mind from for getting an accommodation. It is provided on an individualized as needed basis. And here are the phone numbers where you can talk to the people over at the Johnson Center about if you think you need an accommodation or even develop an accommodation plan. So, no stigma at all in my mind for that. Okay, statement of diversity, I think we all know that. I think it's the entire class benefits from the wealth of diversity that's brought by each individual. So I won't harangue any more on that, but I think you all appreciate that as well. Okay, other policies. Um, it's it's a it is a crime to record any private communication, classroom lecture, etc. All of my classroom materials are my intellectual property, although I certainly do share that with you as help in understanding course content. Here's some important dates. As you know, here's our starting date, and then our ending date is going to be in December 8th on Sunday. All right, as we recap the syllabus a little bit here, um, it's a good idea to maybe bookmark it or even make a copy for your records. It does help, I think. However, the one page you do probably want to copy is coming up next. I make a copy of it, and I'm guessing you will find it useful too. So, again, I reserve the right to change, modify, increase, or decrease assignments at any point in time, and I will publish that in announcements. So please get in the habit of checking those announcements pretty frequently. One last point here. I also do reserve the right to increase a student's final grade if I believe the indicated total points earned are not representative of the total learning that that student has achieved. So, just so you know that. And again, we might have to change some of the exam dates and times, and I'll publish those in announcements. However, that's very rare. Okay, last thing here is this. This is the course assignments by due date. You will find that these dates are duplicated in the modules in the course, which I'm going to show you in a few minutes. In any event, here is when the icebreaker and syllabus quiz are due. They're due on Wednesday, August 21, before 11:59 p.m. that day. Okay? And this tells you everything and when it's due for the entire course. When the exam is due, when the and even when the lectures are due, even when the extra credit adaptive learning is due, etc., etc. So everything is here in a nice, neat, summarized format for your viewing pleasure. Now, also, I think we have these lovely points. I have that on here as well. So I keep a copy of this for me, and I think you'll find it useful too. And lastly, if you want to know a little bit about me, here I think I went to USC, love USC football. I probably won't be available during the USC football games. However, I'm available almost any other time. I want to be there to help you guys in any way I can. I think you'll find that I've done everything that I'm asking you to learn here. So hopefully some of that business experience you may benefit from. I've also been a former naval officer. I live in Irvine with my wife, and I love flying. I'm a pilot, scuba diving, bicycling, hiking, football, golf, and music. And lastly, I believe in having a little fun while we're learning. So hopefully especially during our tutoring sessions. I'm there to facilitate your learning experience. I want to make it as easy as possible for you to pick up some of this fairly difficult course material. But I want you to be successful in it, and I'm very much looking forward to meeting everybody and sharing our semester together. All right, our next video, we will talk a little bit about course navigation. Until that time, bye for now.